guys, hi, welcome to my YouTube. Yes, same fit, same day. I'm not changing. So let's just get right into it. Today we're going to talk about something that's circulating around TikTok about a lady who proposed to her boyfriend after being together for 14 years, having 4 kids, living with his parents, and now she is proposing to him. Yeah. For one, I just want to start off by saying I think a lot of women confuse marriage with love. For one, a marriage will never prove love. And for two, I think women don't know what the purpose of marriage is. Okay? I think women have tried to repurpose the institution of marriage for love, and that's why so many women are unhappy in their marriages, because they think that they can, if they think that if a man marries them that they'll be happy, right? That'll prove that he loves her. Like, that's the ultimate proof of love. And unfortunately, that's just not the purpose of marriage. You should know if a man loves you way before he gets married, right? The purpose of marriage has always been to legitimize women and children for the sake of property and wealth, right? That is why marriage exists. A man wanted to know that when he died, he would be passing off his wealth to his offspring. So he needed to have that woman under his wing, so when he had his kids, his kid, although the property and the wealth that he owned would pass on to the children, right? Immediately through her or whatever, right? So it does not prove, it's never been to prove love, right? When we started fighting for the free love, hold on, when white women, let's be very clear, because this is something that white women fought for. When white women fought for helped men actually fight for the free love movement, because men were upset that they didn't have access to women because they didn't have any property, right? They didn't own any property, they didn't have any wealth. So it was like marriage wasn't even on the table for them, so they wasn't getting bitches, no coochie, no nothing, right? Because they ain't got no access, they ain't got no access to wealth. So when women fought for the free love movement, helped men fight for the free love movement, somewhere along the way, I'm guessing that men convinced them that the love should be the reason that they get married, why they have sex, right? Which would have been fine had women not believed that marriage and love were connected, right? Because marriage and love are not connected. Marriage is a business contract, right? Its purpose has always been about passing property and wealth. And there's nothing that you can do that can inherently change that, because it's codified into law, which means it is business, right? It's a civil suit. It's codified into law. It's not about love. And so I think a lot of women, they mess up their lives by thinking that a man will love them just because they get married. And this is often why many men don't want to get married, because they don't have property, they don't have wealth, they don't have anything. It's like, what is the point? And I kind of agree with them. What is the point of being with somebody, marrying somebody, if y'all don't have property, if you don't have wealth, if you don't have nothing? And so you shouldn't be, it's actually no reason to marry a man if y'all don't have property, if y'all don't have wealth. A lot of women want to deconstruct patriarchal norms, but like, they don't even understand the patriarchal norms that they are upholding. And so this lady, right, she proposes to this man after 14 years of being with him, but she's giving him everything, right? Y'all have 4 kids and y'all live with his parents. What is the purpose of marrying a broke man when you know that the institution of marriage is about property and wealth? I'm not saying that you should be with somebody because they have money. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying is that when you understand institutions, then you understand what it's for, right? I always feel like women fought for the wrong thing, right? Oh, white women, so gullible they've always been, right? Even working, like, why did y'all fight to be a part of the labor force? Like, what the fuck was wrong with y'all? Y'all were so bored, like, so fucking bored. Anyways, there's no reason that women need to be married unless you want access to a man's property and wealth. Like, that's facts. And I wouldn't give a man children unless I had access to his property and wealth, because that is, to me, that is what marriage is about, right? I want to be, me personally, I want to be married because I want to create a legacy, right? I only want kids for the sake of legacy building. But if if I don't have wealth, I'm not having children, because there's no point, right? Why would I for one, I already talked about this on my TikTok. Why are you bringing kids into poverty? Bitch, don't piss me off. Kids don't need to be here for poverty. Like, you have a duty to a child to raise a child in an environment where they will thrive and become successful human beings. Period. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be having children. Children are not feel goods. They're not to make you feel better about your self-esteem. They're not here to love you. You're here to love them. So if you're having children and you have nothing to offer them, shame on you. Like, you're a failed member of society. Period. I don't care. I don't care who feelings that hurt. That's facts. Like, that's facts. Stop having children and you have nothing to offer them. They're not here for you. You're here for them. You're here to raise members of society who are going to benefit society. Like, that is your duty as a human being, to raise functional members of society. Period. But regardless of that, like, if I'm going to get married, if you're going to get married, you should want to do that so that if the man that you're with has wealth, that y'all are combining y'all's resources to pass down to your children, right? To raise children, to raise functional members of society. So I'm only giving a man a child if he has the resources to raise one. Period. So to me, that's where she failed first. You didn't just have one child. You had 4 children in which he was incapable of taking care of. Children should not be here for love. Like, that's, and yes, children should be made out of love. I actually agree with that. Right? I do agree that children should be made out of love. But when you don't think about the survival part of having children, you failed. Right? Because children need to survive. They need things. They're not just, like, they can't take care of themselves. So you fail on that front. So to me, women who desire marriage but don't actually understand the function of marriage are failing. A marriage will never prove love. A marriage is a business function. So if you're someone who doesn't care about love, right, marriage can still work for you, right? Marriage is not about love. Marriage is about a financial institution, passing down wealth, passing down resources, legitimizing children easily. You know what I mean? With no problem. So yeah, like, to me, that's where she failed. She failed at thinking that being married to a man was going to legitimize their love. And I think this is something that men instinctually know. Like, it's women who have been sold the fantasy that marriage is this loving, and when a man marries you, he loves you. It means that he wants to be with you forever, and da da da. When it has historically never meant that. It has never meant that. It's not going to mean that. It's never actually going to mean that. If women want to, like, reprogram society around systems of love, you have to completely dismantle the old systems. You cannot rewrite old systems for your benefit. That's not how it works. You cannot do that. You have to create new systems. And I think a lot of us are so lazy, or either that or we're so connected to the old systems that we just go along with it. I would like to be married, but I would never get with a broke man, right? Like, I'm right now, I'm kind of broke. So I'm not looking for love or marriage right now while I'm broke, because I would never marry a man for money. But I would also never be in a situation where, like, I'm broke and struggling and trying to love. It doesn't make sense, right? I don't believe people in survival mode can love, like, be in loving situations. So that's another reason why people are failing. You trying to love and be broke is crazy. Like, the society we live in does not allow that. So yeah, don't do that. Like, don't do that. You can't love nobody while you're in survival mode. You're too focused on survival. But yeah, so I think that's where she failed. I think that's where a lot of women fail, thinking that marriage means love. and it does not. Marriage means resources. And if you're marrying someone who doesn't have resources, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Okay, anyways, bye-bye.